So I snapped. I bought a flip phone, okay? Not for nostalgia, for self-defense. My brain is fried. Please tell me I'm not the only person who like opens their phone to check the time. And then 15 minutes go by. I'm 5 reels deep into a complete stranger's fitness journey on Instagram, only to realize it's not a real person at all, because this is how good AI is now.
3, 2, 1. I'm gay. I hope every here supports me. Here's my makeup set. Look at this.
That was 100% AI generated. That video never happened. Jake Paul is not come out of the closet.
I'm done with the doom scrolling. Even as someone who has been making a living off of social media for 12 years, and we're going to talk about it. Now, I didn't throw my smartphone into a lake. It's still here. But look, I am completely addicted to this. It's like every few minutes I need to, you know, take a drag. Most of us know I have an addictive personality. I am sober the last 6 years, stopped drinking alcohol. I've overcome binge eating disorder. I've broken up with porn. Like, we all knew it was going to end up here. This was always coming. Recently, my screen time has gone up. My kids have started school, and I'd find myself sitting down to read a book, and mid-sentence, my brain would interject with FOMO and be like, what completely irrelevant information am I missing out on by not scrolling right now? And I was starting to feel like this phone was part of my body, like an actual limb. I wouldn't, if I was leaving the room, if I was going from the living room to the bedroom to the kitchen, I would have to make sure it was on my person. I feel broken. I feel like this has broken my brain, wired my brain in such a way that I am completely reliant on it for everything. And we're gonna get there, because I can't throw this in a lake, can I? It has everything on it, from my banking to my contraception to my entire career. What's mad is the addiction isn't even the problem. It's like I don't even enjoy most of what I'm looking at anymore. I'll be scrolling on Instagram. I'll go onto Instagram to look at something someone posted, right? And with it, like 20 minutes later, I'm getting angry at someone who I don't know in a highly political comment section, and then I'm angry at myself for not playing with my children. I saw a statistic recently. Now, we don't even know if it's a real statistic, do we? Because we can't believe anything we see anymore, because reality is dead.
Your chicken's looking nice, pal. Hey.
Woo! Yo, he stole my chicken!
Got a crispy treasure, can't slow me down. Hot and golden, I'm out of this town. Woo, woo, Friday victory.
Well, get back here.
Run, spin, slide, I'm gliding out the door. Fried love in my arms, can't give it up no more. Hey, right, but it expired last July. We're in October, ma'am.
Can't you just, override it?
I could, but then I get written up, and I like
the statistic said that the average person spends between 4 and 9 hours, nine waking hours a day on their phones, and that is years of your life staring like this. I very often get this awareness just jolts me, where I realize I'm in that position, hunched with my neck like this and my finger just imagine what disease our generation are going to be plagued with when we're old, because we've all been, unless you use your thumb. But yeah, so flip phone. I'm going to write in the description box the one I got. I found it in like secondhand in a local like tech kind of shop where they sell phone cases and secondhand phones. And with this phone, it's not a total like heap of shit 2005 nothing phone. Like, I can get WhatsApp on, you can put WhatsApp, you can put Messenger if you want. If you go full hog like old school phone and you can't have WhatsApp on your phone, then like I'm in a lot of group chats, and to text every single individual to be like, if you want me, you have to message me directly from now on. I just don't want to put myself in that situation to have to like, because there's a lot of acquaintances and like, an invite would come in, or like something to do with the kids' schools or whatever. I need my group chats, my family chats. I need to be able to contact people. I'm going to put Google Maps on this. I'm going to put my app for the gym with my workouts on it. I basically just want to reduce my scrolling time by 80%. I want to be just doing this more. I've tried other strategies, having like limits on things. Like I always just get around it. If I have a smartphone, I will get around any like limits I put in place for myself. That's because these things are cigarettes. I can't just take one puff. Give me the whole packet. Let me light one up while I have another one lit. Like seriously, sometimes I'd have a podcast playing on my laptop and I'd be scrolling on Instagram. I want my brain back. I miss reading books. I used to read so many books. I used to write books. I want to sit and read books, real books, not quotes from books on Instagram. I want to be watching my children play games without half of my brain going, you know, you could be learning something right now from yet another overwhelming 3-hour-long podcast. I really miss just sitting with my imagination. Like I used to sit on the train and I'd come up with all kinds of ideas, and now I sit looking, like scrolling, doom scrolling, and I'm getting anxiety in 4K. Everyone is just screaming at everyone else all of the time about everything. I miss solitude. I need to be bored. My nervous system needs some quiet. Like I meditate, but meditating is so hard. It's so much harder than it should be because my brain always has 500 tabs open. It's just so full of static and noise, and sometimes I lie down to go to bed and it's literally just like all these images flashing before my eyes because I've consumed too much information in the day. We were never meant to access the amount of information we access in one day in a lifetime. And I don't know about you. I know I'm not the only person feeling this. I know I'm not. The internet just feels different lately. There's been some kind of a shift. I don't just want to blame the AI slop, but I think AI slop is a big part of this. I don't even just mean AI videos. I mean actual content creators are so often using stuff like ChatGPT to write their scripts, their captions, the text on their reels, and I can spot it a mile off. I've watched loads of videos about how to identify AI writing ever since I first discovered that my book, Glass Houses, along with the work of so many different authors, our work was stolen to train AI. I really feel it's important to keep up with this kind of thing. I look at grannies who can't even, you know, they don't understand Google. Google is just like, and I don't want to become that with AI, so I'm trying really hard to learn about it. But in learning about it, it has shown me that even the real people who I watch and follow, not all of them, just some of them, and a lot of the stuff I get fed on my feed because I've no control anymore over what I get fed. But so much of the stuff, it's been, you know, people are obviously just typing in like, give me a reel idea about this thing or write a reel about this thing. So most of what I'm watching and reading when I am wasting my time scrolling is written by ChatGPT. It all has the same kind of voice and structure and tone and words. Like it reuses certain words over and over, and lists always come in threes, like calm, creative and connected. All of the sentences are like too balanced and everything is put together like an equation. Like there's just too much symmetry, and it's all over Instagram. It's even all over YouTube, and I hate it so fucking much. The predictable pacing and the transitions are always so samey and clean. Like, but here's the thing. It's becoming increasingly harder to find good shit, real shit, creative shit, OG content creators. Like I'll just search them up and I'll realize like most of them are still posting, but I don't get fed any of it anymore by the algorithms. I go online and it's just so many ads and so much AI stuff. I never see posts by my friends, like my actual friends on Facebook or anything like that. Maybe they just don't post anymore, but I just never really see. I usually have to search something up if I want to see something by someone I give a shit about. And like, yeah, there are like old school YouTubers still posting, but lots of them are upping and leaving. And that's just devastating to me. I've been talking to my husband about this a lot, but I am going through a real grief. Like I'm grieving the internet of the 2010s. And when it was all just really new and lovely and slow, and YouTube is just full of weirdos being themselves, throwing shit at walls to see what would stick, and you know, you'd subscribe to people and you'd log in and you'd just see stuff that you had signed up to see. I'm aware I probably sound very out of touch and like an old lady with a cane who's walked in and is like, remember PewDiePie? Surely we all detest coming onto YouTube and being met with a sea of just AI enhanced thumbnails with like fake pictures and titles that are like really clickbaity and AI optimized, and having to wade and dig for the accounts that we really want to see. It's a bit like the upside down in Stranger Things, you know, where like it just all feels very black and red and sinister now. It used to make my heart all cozy. I find myself reading a headline and not reading the full article. I find myself getting really triggered by targeted ads because all of these platforms are tracking my activity across the internet. I have health anxiety, and you know, sometimes I Google stuff and all that gets, my data gets sold, and then I get targeted these ads to do with like health and another reason for me wanting this flip phone is that being constantly reachable has I've reached peak exhaustion with it. You know, the feeling I get when I know I've left a lot of people on read, it gives me anxiety even now thinking about it, and just always feeling guilty for not replying to everyone straight away, having like 20 unread WhatsApp group messages pop up, and I don't even get to see all of the messages I get, especially on the likes of Instagram, where if you post content and it goes viral, you just get this influx of messages, and then I don't know how to see messages that are from my genuine followers or that are just like random people being like, show feet. This decision to switch to a flip phone started with a therapy session, actually, because I am doing cognitive behavioral therapy for my health anxiety, and some of the homework I was given near the beginning of this was to stop Googling my symptoms and to stop asking ChatGPT for reassurance about my symptoms, and to learn to sit with the uncertainty. You know, she gave the analogy of when I was learning how to drive, I had to sit through the anxiety of driving with the kids in the back to get to the point where I could drive and, you know, just drive. And that was really hard. It was a really long process, but I did it, and I know CBT works. I've done it before in recovering from binge eating disorder. And what I'm doing is I'm essentially just expanding that. So, you know, if I have this and I'm watching a movie, I'll get so many little urges to, oh, I'm going to Google that actor. What else was that actor in? What age was that actor in this movie? Like, no. Watch the movie. You can't Google because your smartphone is in your office. You're left with this. But yeah, thank you, therapy. And speaking of therapy, the partner of this YouTube video is BetterHelp, and they're on a mission to make starting therapy easier for everybody. They offer therapy that fits around real life. So you can message them anytime, but you can also schedule your weekly sessions through video or phone call, whatever feels more comfortable to you, but you can, you know, schedule them for a time and a day that fits for you each week. And I know that from my own experience with in-person therapists, they usually like hold a slot for a client and it's less flexible. I love the flexibility with BetterHelp. I've been using them for 5 years now as a paying customer and as a very busy mammy. It's been a genuinely life-saving service for me. And even having a flip phone won't matter because I use my laptop to chat to BetterHelp. So, but yeah, they've helped me learn and practice pausing. I can identify when I'm spiraling into old habits that don't serve me and make my life a lot worse. They've helped me with so much. And now that the digital world is controlling my nervous system, they're helping me navigate that. If you've been feeling like your brain is a burnt fried egg lately, too loud, too many thoughts, maybe you're crazy overwhelmed with a life transition and you need someone unbiased to voice your thoughts and feelings to, I recommend BetterHelp wholeheartedly. I cannot even put into words the impact that therapy has had on my life. If you want to give it a go, you can get 10% off your first month of therapy with my link in the description box. So the plan, we always need a plan, right? The plan going forward with this flip phone is that this is going to be my phone, my go-to thing, the thing that I bring with me. It has the time on it, it'll have my ability to contact people, I can do maps and my workouts and stuff like that. But I'll be keeping my smartphone in my office with my laptop for essentials, and I will be allowing myself 30 minutes a day to check it. So that should bring my overall screen time down a lot. Because usually even a lot of YouTube videos and stuff, like I will kind of listen to them in the background and I'll glance at them or whatever while I'm cleaning. Maybe I'll have it on the TV. But for me, YouTube is like TV, and I have the YouTube app on my telly. So I won't really be using my smartphone for YouTube. My smartphone, like I'll be checking it in the 30 minutes once a day. When I check it, I'll be checking like my sleep score, my contraception app Natural Cycles to see whether I'm fertile or not, stuff like that, like, you know, my banking app, anything important like that I can do during my little 30 minutes allotted time. I'll have emails on my laptop if I need to do work emails. Lads, it's the mindless scroll I need gone out of my life. I deleted Twitter years ago, and I'm not on TikTok. It's Instagram and it's Facebook groups. I'm such a boomer in the sense that I love me a Facebook group. I get into these big back and forths, but the problem with me is because of the health anxiety, I'm in a lot of groups to do with recovery from a lot of chronic symptoms that I'm in recovery from, and I get triggered by them and I get sucked into big conversations with people I don't know. So this little flip phone is like a barrier between me and the endless scroll. And it is endless. I used to get to the bottom of my like Instagram. I'd be scrolling through the people I follow and it'd be like, you're all caught up. I haven't seen that in years. It's endless and it's depressing, and already, it's only been a few days, but already everything feels a lot more peaceful. I've heard people comparing, like even now, like look, I'm noticing all these little mushrooms on the forest floor. Like I just feel like more alive. I've heard a lot of people comparing doing this to taking an antidepressant, comparing it to time traveling, comparing it to feeling like a totally different person and just having your time back. I will keep you posted, but so far, so good. So good. Hang on a sec. Now that's so good. Like I'm leaving out a lot there. This whole digital detox thing, I don't want to glamorize it. It is easier said than done, because, you know, maybe I do have a WhatsApp on this, but I can't open a link. If someone sends a funny video, I can't look at it. It's got a kind of a shit camera. I'm not going to be using this for pictures of the kids. So I then either have to use my camera to take pictures, or I have to like treat my smartphone as a camera when we go out and about. Or I can just maybe, because Thomas doesn't have a problem with scrolling. My husband, because of his job, his screen time is like an hour a day, and that is mostly his exercise app. So yeah, I can maybe get him to just be my photographer. But yeah, it's also annoying in the sense that like you can't, if I want to Google, is this cafe open? I can't, like my Spotify in the car. Do I get rid of Spotify now? Like you know what I mean? I haven't got it all worked out yet. This is going to be a bit of a learning curve, and just figuring out how to make this replace a lot of my phone time. Will I fail? Maybe I'll crawl back to my smartphone like your man in Brokeback Mountain.
I wish I knew how to quit you. Why don't you just let me be, huh? Get off me!
What matters is I'm trying. I'd rather fail at trying to be as present as possible than succeed at being constantly distracted by choice. Does that make any sense? I don't want to sound like I'm not extremely aware of the privilege of it and how many amazing things it's brought to my life, like from my career to lots of my best friends to lots of my best experiences. So much free information on everything as well. Like I know so much about so many things that otherwise I would never have like learned about. But I think it peaked, guys. Like I think we were there during the peak. We got to live through that, and it was beautiful. And The reality is for the last 4 or 5 years, it's just gone so steeply downhill. The whole internet. Like, tell me if you feel the opposite of me. Like, maybe is it that because of my job, I'm a bit more chronically online than a lot of people. So, you know, and I always forget as well, like we all have a different algorithm. We all see totally different things when we log in. So maybe I'm seeing a lot more of like the terrible things about AI and world politics, and just maybe it's my addictive personality. Like maybe you don't have this problem. I'd love to know where you're at with this. But it used to be this gorgeous escapism. I remember the early days of YouTube and how it was like getting in a hot bath, and now I find myself forcing myself to like come to a forest or go to a beach to escape the internet. Like the real world is the escapism from the noise of the internet now. Even though I don't spend most of my waking hours online or anything like that, but those hours dominate my brain. So yeah, until the platforms figure out a way to give us back the 2014 experience, like I don't think that's ever coming back. You know, they're all talking about now, like all these goggles you put on and all these other, like, they're talking about that soon people won't even be using phones anymore because it's all going to be so advanced. Unless a time comes about where the internet is a more pleasant experience, I'm going to allow myself a limited time only to be more mindful about what I'm consuming. Like, I want to be more intentional with the content that I am scrolling through and looking at, and just, yeah, no more wasting hours scrolling reels. And unfortunately that is always how it ends up feeling, like wasting time, my precious time. I may sound like I'm having a midlife crisis. Maybe I am. Maybe that's what this is. That could be argued. I'll let you decide. I want to read how you feel about all this in the comments. I'm going to go and text an old school smiley face to my dad now and be bored. If you want to be bored with me, maybe do this with me. Maybe this video can be your invitation to join me in the saying farewell to a smartphone, but not a full farewell, just a little kind of see you later. You can do it. There's nothing stopping you. Phones like this are really cheap. Dare you. Dare you.